This week, The Naked World by Irina Mashinsky.
My name is Alina Adams. I was born in Odessa, USSR. I wrote 2 books set in the Soviet Union. My daughter was born in America. I'm going to tell her about the Soviet experience through books.
The first thing that I saw when I was doing my little flip through is mythology. One of the sections is called Mythology or the Mythology. And no shocker, guys, but a girl named Aries likes mythology.
I know, I didn't see that coming.
So, what's that about?
Well, first of all, let's just talk about what the book is about in general. It's one of the things that I really love is stories that take place both in the past and the present simultaneously. I mean, my books do. It's not even just that I like to write about it. I like to read about it. I like to talk about it. How much do I talk about the past? Because I'm a big believer that the present is constantly influenced by the past. The past is always with us. And so there's a lot of that in this book. And mythology is that too, because I mean, the Greek mythology that you love, how long ago was it?
Very long ago.
Very long ago. She'll look that up later. But the fact is, but the stories, the reason they still resonate is because they are still pertinent to what human beings are going through today. Even though it is a book, it is actually a collection of poems, which you saw, and a collection of flash fiction. Now, okay, you confessed about how a girl named Aries loves Greek mythology. I'm going to confess how a girl named Alina loves flash fiction. I don't think that's as obvious, but the reason that I love flash fiction is, okay, I'll admit it. Tell me a story and make your story have a point. I don't want to read through 30 pages of description of a log before I find out what actually happened on the log. So the reason that I love flash fiction is it has to have a point. It has to have it stated clearly. Maybe it's, I have a short attention span. Maybe I should work on that. But then again, I'm 54 and it's really too late to change a lot of things about me. But I love flash fiction. And so some of these stories that take place in flash fiction, they're very satisfying because right away you know what the point is, you know what the story is, you know who the heroes are, and you can feel like, I actually read something. But the other half is in poems, and okay, another confession, I don't like poems. I don't get poems. I don't understand why the words are scattered all over the page instead of making it easy to read, but you love poems.
I love poems.
Tell me why you love poems.
I think it just comes down to the way my brain processes information. You're very, consuming content is why you read a book, and it doesn't really matter what it looks like. Like, you read on everything. I can let you read any words that she sees, she will read. It just makes my brain happy to see, it's aesthetic.
Well, we talked last week about how you buy books based on covers. I've seen you buy a lot of poetry books. Do you actually open a poetry book and look at how the words are laid out on the page?
100%.
And that's something that makes you buy a book.
Because there's also a bunch of different types of poetry styles. I like the ones where it's the full page words and they cross out the stuff. I just think it's very creative. As a child, I had a tendency to not understand how paragraph indents worked. And then when we got to the poetry unit and they were like, you could do anything you want, I was like, wow, that's great. That's literally the best. And that reminded me, because I opened and I saw one of the poems called Away from the Ocean's Pull. And I really it's a wave, guys. It's a wave. The ocean is literally pulling the words across the page. Tell me that's not cool.
No, that's actually great. And the fact that you explained it to me that way is actually good. See, here's the problem. I don't have a lot of visual sense. When I worked, I used to work for ABC Sports in their figure skating department, and I wrote things and I worked with the director. And a director once called me a visual wasteland because when she read something that I had written, she said, well, how do you visualize this? And I go, I don't visualize things. The naked world, whether you have a very short attention span and need your fiction flash, or whether you're much more visually oriented and like your poetry to contribute visually to the words, The Naked World by Irina Mashinsky is the book for you.